Well, hey everybody. Again, I'm Sherry McAllister. I am your host for Tips from the Top Season 3. And I'm so excited to introduce Shonda in just a moment. But first, I just want to share a couple thoughts with you guys. One is, can't remember if I told you this or not, but be sure that you don't unsubscribe Average to Excellence until the series is over. I hope you never do, but that's how you get the emails for the reminder like you got today, and the notification that the recording is now on your recording page. And so just make sure that you stay tuned to that, at least until after the series is over. Also, the recordings will be available until April 27th. So you've got a full 2 weeks after the series ends to catch up and listen to them as many times as you want. Okay, so I can't think if there was anything else. If there is, we'll do it at the end. But most importantly, let me introduce you to my really dear friend, Shonda Mulcahey. She mentioned just a moment ago that I've known her for 27 years. Our ex-husbands played baseball together, so we've just known each other forever. She's also been a part of my direct selling world from about the same time. She was a top leader in my region. She was the top leader in my region, highest, number one, had the most leaders, and just built a giant organization there. And now she's done it for a second time at another company. So she's made it to the top twice, which really speaks to her experience and her success. And I'm especially excited to have her share with you today about her party format for results-oriented parties. She's a party girl. She's still a party girl. She knows that that is where your recruits come from, your future leaders, and all the leaders that you're going to build. We meet them at our parties. So she's the expert when it comes to how to do a party that's going to get you the sales, the bookings, and the recruits that you want. So let me introduce you to my dear, dear friend, Shonda Mulcahey.
Hey everyone, it's so great to be here, and thank you so much for having me, Sherry. It means a lot to me to be able to share on Tips from the Top, third annual edition. So I am going to, did you give me permission to share my screen?
I did.
Awesome. Sorry, that's my son calling. My 32-year-old son, by the way, so we've known each other more than 32 years, Sherry.
A long time.
Yeah, okay. I'm gonna share my screen here, and we're gonna be talking about results-oriented party flow, because as leaders in this business, we are constantly onboarding new consultants, new stylists. And so this presentation is really formulated to help all of us as leaders be able to work with the newest team members coming in to help them critically think through their party demonstration. I think it's really important that they own their party demonstration, because if they're excited about their party, they'll be excited about booking parties, right? And if they're excited about their party demo, they're going to have fun with it, and that will generate more bookings and more interest in the product. I don't know about you guys, but maybe you can raise your hand if you see that. But the rookie mistake that I see happen is that I see newbies fill in the spaces of their party with posts that mean nothing. Like there's no result that can come from the post. Like, guess how many bubble gums are in the jar? Like, who cares? Right? Yes, it's about engagement, and I understand that, but there's more result-oriented ways to get engagement through the parties. So we really want to help new people on your team, help to empower them to create their own party with a focus on getting results at their parties. So with that being said, we all know that we sell three things at a party. It's so simple. We sell product, we sell bookings, and we sell the business. And that in itself is what we really want to focus our newest people on. So with that being said, there's another statistic that we really want to be aware of. And that is 65% of the population, the whole entire population of the world, are visual learners. So in other words, have you ever been where somebody tells you like step 1, 2, and 3, you're like, okay, logically I understand that, but I still don't get it. Show me how to do that. And when somebody shows you how to do it, you're like, oh, I get it now. Well, guess what? Your newest people on your team are the exact same way. So some people can read it and figure it out, but the majority of people need to see it to figure it out. So think about that. The people in the audience of a party are the same exact way. 65% of the people in the party need to see it, not hear it. So we can talk till we're blue in the face, but a smaller percentage will get it. But then looking at the other statistic here, visual data. So 10% of all data is picked up by other senses like hearing, tasting, smelling. 90% of the data is picked up by seeing, right? We have to see it to get it. And that's why we know in Facebook posts that have a picture plus the words in the picture are more effective than just a picture with something in the post that they actually have to click on to see. So knowing this fact, how do we sell the 3 things visually? How do we sell the product? How do we sell the bookings? And how do we sell the business? So that's what we're going to talk about and really break it down to help your newest people on your team figure out their party demo. So first, let's talk about product. Of course, that part's easy. All we do is we post pictures of the products that we're selling, right? And we maybe give a little blurb about it. But again, your audience is looking at the pictures. They're not necessarily reading the words. So what could you do? How could you use product as a booking seed or a sponsoring seed? And we're going to come back to that in a little bit. The second one is bookings, right? So how do we get bookings? How do we visually sell bookings? That one's a little bit harder. We want it to look simple. We want it to look fun, right? And fun is really the key to booking parties because all of you veterans know that, you know, our newest people on our team think that people book parties for free product, right? But we already know because Mama Sherry has taught us over the years, many, many times, the number one reason that people book a party is for fun, F-U-N. So the hostess wants her friends to have fun, but we also want to be the catalyst of that fun. So bringing in your personality, and it's not like you have to be a stand-up comedian. You don't have to tell jokes or anything like that. It's just being friendly, right? It's just having a smile and doing things that just make you more real. Like if you're vulnerable about being a hot mess mom, people will relate to that, right? So I love this little visual. Girl, don't nobody care what you look like at an online party. Go ahead and book one because that's what we want. That looks like fun, right? Like, yeah, dude, I'm just over here in my bathrobe doing my thing. So I want to give you an acronym for fun, okay? Fun, F stands for friends. A hostess wants to have fun with her friends. So she does not want high pressure. She doesn't want anybody shoving the products down her throat. We know that. That's sales 101. But it's important that we are in tune with the F, that her friends want to have fun. U stands for understanding. And this is you working with potential hostesses. We need to help people understand, like, where's our hostess? Like, how much does she need till she gets to the next level of rewards? Or if she is the hostess, how much does she need to reach the next level of rewards or the minimum level of rewards? Or how does she understand like what your biggest party was? Help her understand all these fun factoids that fuels her fire, right? And then N stands for new followers. So new followers is new customers, new people in your VIP group, new bookings, new team members. The N, the new followers, is for your hostess, like let's get more friends in here. Let's get more interaction going. Let's do all these things. But the end for you is new followers. Like new followers equals money, right? So all of those things, the hostess understands that having a great attendance at the party just really makes it a lot more fun. But for you, you know that people could potentially lead to more business for you. Okay. So the bookings part, yeah, just keeping it fun. Then finally, the third thing, we sell the business. So what is your biggest visual for selling the business? And this is what we really want to help our newest team members understand is them. You are the business model. You are the person that sells the company. You are the ambassador of your company. And we need to help new stylists or new people on your team understand that. What everything that they say, do, post is taken as a model for what they are with their company. So other things that lead to the business is visually selling the business is keeping the party demo simple and duplicatable, right? It has to be fun. It has to be, you have to be friendly. Like when you come into the party and you're there to party and have fun and not be, you know, just like the talking head, right? Be professional, but not stuffy. Be approachable. Just generating the information. Again, you don't need to be a stand-up comedian. You don't need to have like an extroverted personality at all. Just be your best you, and people that are like you will relate to you. So let's break this down into parties, okay? So party posts with a purpose. So what we're doing, our challenge right now is, if you're an in-home party person, which that's me, I'm an in-home party girl, that's where I shine. So my challenge has been, how do I turn an in-home party, a living room party, into an online virtual event? And you can probably relate yourself. This has been a challenge if you're an old school dog like me anyway. So let's talk about that. Let's talk about some of the posts that are pretty traditional in all of the parties. So first off is your introduction. And by the way, I have put together an outline that I emailed to Sherry, so she'll be sending this out with the recording, and this will help you work with your new team members to just print this out and jot down the ideas that they can come up with. But again, we want them to come up with their own ideas, because the ideas they own, they'll be more excited about. So your introduction, this is really the beginning of building a personal relationship with the guests in your party. So if you were in a living room, how would you meet and greet the people that walk through the door? Obviously, you can't shake hands with them, or can you? Maybe virtually you can. In some way, maybe you're giving a virtual high five to everybody that comes through the door of the party, everybody that enters into the party mode. What if you PM'd every guest that came into your party and you said, hey, it's great to meet you, and you asked them some sort of secret question or something about the hostess? You know, have you ever done one of those stories where you have a story and it has the blanks, and you have each person write down like a noun, a verb, a pronoun, something like that, so you could send out a message? I'm just coming up with this idea and I think it's brilliant. But anyway, you send messages out to each guest and say, give me a noun, give me a pronoun. And before the party starts, you're putting together a story that's about the hostess and, I don't know, something silly, something goofy, but you're inserting their words, which always is really fun. Again, that is not a result oriented. However, you are able to at least connect with them, send them a friend request on Facebook. You get a PM going, and that way it's a lot easier that you can create follow-up, because you've initiated the contact and you're beginning to get a relationship going. So that's just one idea on how you can use the introduction as a as a result oriented. Oh, one thing I forgot to mention is the way that we visually sell the three things, the product, the bookings, the sponsoring, is through booking and sponsoring seeds. And Sherry has coached on this for years and years. And booking seed is just simply a subliminal message that makes people go in the party go, that looks like fun. Maybe I should book a party, right? Things that make you go, And a sponsoring seed is that subliminal message or idea that says, gosh, I think I could do what she does, or I could do what she does better, right? Because you want everything that you're doing to be so simple and duplicatable that they could say, I could do a better job than her. That's what you want them to do, right? So back to the introduction, how can you use this as a booking or sponsoring seed? This is the perfect opportunity to introduce yourself and tell your story, your 30-second commercial about, why did you decide to begin your business? What were you most afraid of before you started? How has your life changed since you started, and what are you most excited about since you started, right? So it's an opportunity to plant that seed. Don't pass up the introductions without being able to do something like that. Okay. So next we have, how do you know the hostess? Again, another post that most people do. How do you know the hostess? So this is an opportunity to make your hostess shine, right? To give her recognition, to recognize her efforts, to really make her stand out above and beyond everybody else. Maybe you could share her goal. Maybe her goal is to hit X amount of dollars so she can get the whatever that she's been wanting for so long. Give her lots of accolades. Make her blush with compliments, because if you compliment her, her guests jump on board. And that's a great booking seed, because now her friends are seeing all of these accolades for the hostess, and they're thinking, gosh, that would be so nice. I wonder if I would get those kind of compliments, right? And you could even make a point of saying, this is so much fun. This is my favorite part of the party, because I love to make my hostesses shine, right? You could also use how do you know the hostess, and have your hostess open her little hostess gift live in the party if she's gutsy enough to do it, or post a picture of her hostess gift in the party, so people realize they don't know that you're sending her a gift ahead of time, or halfway through the party, or after the party, or what have you. So have her post something that makes it feel like being a hostess is really, really special, and being one of your hostesses is the best, the bomb.com over all the other people in the field. Okay, how about your products? Of course, pictures of your products say a lot, and these could be split into several posts, or they could be grouped together. I know Amanda Todd does like the quad post with 4 pictures together, and so you can really do a lot of different things with your products. Maybe you have a lot of different types of products that meet a lot of different needs. And so how can you use your products as the booking or sponsoring seeds, right? Of maybe you have an exclusive products for hostesses only, or maybe you have a referral gift that you give for people that refer to a new customer that makes a purchase. There's lots and lots of ideas that you can use for booking or sponsoring seeds there. It could be that you were a big user of the product and you decided to become a sales rep for your company because you loved it so much, because it solved this problem, or because your friends were jumping on board and they loved it so much. So use a legitimate story if you can. Just turn your product into a story, because people relate with stories, and that makes your product so much more relatable to people around it. Okay, another typical post is how to use your products or a demonstration. Some people go live and do a demo. Some people just post pictures and words, or maybe a pre-done video, a YouTube video. It doesn't really matter. However you do it, just do it. And it's an opportunity for you to solve problems, right? But it's also an opportunity for you to tell stories about why customers use your product. So again, the more stories that you can insert, that is a booking seed or a sponsoring seed, because now you're sharing, oh, my friend Susie did this because, and she decided to sign up with the company because she loved everything about, you know, the mission of the company. Just a side note, we always want to be courteous to other companies that carry similar products. Okay, so it doesn't have to be another direct selling company. Let's say, for example, you sell kitchen products, and you want to be complimentary or not derogatory toward Williams Sonoma. I'm just pulling that out of the air as an example, but we always want to be courteous to other companies that carry similar products. We don't want to say anything negative about those companies or products, because you don't know who you're talking to. You could be speaking to the VP of sales of one of those companies, or you could be speaking to someone who is completely loyal to their store or to their product or to their company. So we never ever want to say anything derogatory at all. I know you as leaders know that, but do your new people know that? So make sure that you're passing along that information, and in their posts or what have you, that they're being very, very choosy and careful and appropriate about their verbiage. We always want to be supportive of other people and supportive of other businesses. So we can totally use our how-tos, our demos as booking and sponsoring seeds. Another typical post is thank you for your order. Okay, so if someone placed an order while you were in their home, you would be thanking them. So great to meet you. It was so nice. I love the products that you ordered. These are amazing. These are our most popular choices. So how do you feel? How do you make it feel the same virtually? Make them feel appreciated for their order. Make them feel like they made a smart choice, like they took advantage of the sale or the deal or the exclusive, whatever it is that you have to offer. Make them feel like they're sitting next to you at the dining room table as you calculate their order and give them their bill, right? You always want to be appreciative. And how can you use that as a booking or sponsoring seed? Again, related to stories like, oh my gosh, you have such impeccable taste. You chose our most popular products, right? So that makes them go like, oh, see, I'm trendy like that. Right? So, you know, and that opens up a conversation for you to be able to have with them privately later to say, you know, I was just so impressed with you. I was so impressed with you. Have you ever thought about doing something like this? Like, your style is impeccable. You were so smart about taking advantage of the savings, right? And have you ever thought about doing something like this, because you were spot on? Just starting with that compliment and using that thank you for your order as a booking or sponsoring seed, and then opening it up to a conversation for a follow-up later. Another post, a booking demo or a booking game. Of course, we are familiar with Sherry's dice game, which is, again, amazing. It truly is amazing. But doing some sort of a booking demo, I think, is very important before you do the game, because a lot of times our newer people on our teams will play the booking game without ever talking about what do you get for booking a party? Like, what does booking a party look like? I have no idea, right? So again, a lot of people are not really rehearsed in doing Facebook parties. They're used to going to an in-home party, or maybe they see somebody at an event, but they've never really done, like, they don't understand what a party is. So it's important that we do a demonstration like Stack the Hostess, or you can even do that virtually, like, stacking products, doing a quad post or something, showing all the pictures or showing the host exclusives, doing some sort of a demonstration that helps them understand what does booking a party look like before we move on to the booking game. Okay, so you never want to miss that opportunity to do the demo part of it without doing, or before you do the game. Don't get the horse, or don't get the cart before the horse, right? So we want to make sure that our new people understand how to sell the demo of the bookings before the game. There's lots of different games out there. There's the dice game, there's wheel games, there's choose a clover, there's all kinds of things. Here's what I can tell you, every game works. So we want our stylist to choose a game that suits her personality or his personality. Just pick something that means something to them. And another rookie mistake that I see happen is that they are constantly trying to change the game or change the party demo because they feel like they're getting repeat customers in the party. Well, guess what? Give them permission to stick with their party demo. Just do the same thing over and over and over again. And I'll tell you what, it's our customers don't get tired of the party demo. We're the ones that get tired of the party demo, right? So give them permission to continue tweaking their party to get the results that they want to get, and then do the same party for year, 2 years, 5 years. I did the same party demo for 23 years. So, and if I didn't do the same party demo, this is what was funny. This is what I found to be pretty darn amazing, was when I changed it and I didn't do something in my party demo that I normally did, my guests would pipe up and they say, oh, you forgot to tell them about, XYZ, or you forgot to do the game thing. And I'd be like, really? I just did it in a different way, but they're not connecting. Right? So do the same party. If it's getting the results you want and need, then do the same party. The pictures change, the products change, and that's what makes it look fresh and new. Okay, and a sponsoring game. This is something that we always want to do because, again, a rookie mistake that I see is somebody tries to start a sponsoring conversation in a PM without ever selling the business, right? Without ever talking about the business. So this is where you can share information without being salesy, right? Nobody wants the salesy thing. So we could play a game like the nosy question game. And this is your chance to make it super fun while learning how a business with your company could solve a problem for them. People join for either a season or a reason. I heard Dana Phillips say that earlier. And I love that because it could be a season like before, while the kids are off to school, I'm going to do this. Or it could be a reason like I want to take my family on vacation. So sponsoring games help get those ideas across. And that's what you can do, is you could even do a question like, if money were no object and you wanted to take your family on a vacation, where would it be? How much would it cost? And it's a conversation that you can get going and get people dreaming about what's possible, right? And again, just using that to help solve a problem, but maybe you can uncover a problem or an issue that they're having. Nosy question games are awesome because we don't necessarily have to have all the right answers. So a lot of people hesitate to talk about the money that they've earned, especially if they're new. They're like, I've only earned $50. Well, guess what? For that stay-at-home mom without any income of her own, $50 is pretty darn awesome, right? So she's going to be like, wait, you just did that online party and you got paid $50? What? I want to do that, right? So again, making sure that they have a sponsoring game of some sort, because this is something that a lot of new people miss. Okay, so my challenge to each of you is go through your party demo and ask yourself, is my party results oriented? Am I teaching my new team members how to have a results oriented party? Or am I just teaching them to throw a bunch of posts against the wall and see what sticks? So be strategic in your party posts and you will be sure to get results. So I challenge you to take a look and ask yourself, am I getting the results that I want? And if you're not, you know what to do now to tweak it. Thank you.
Sorry, I had to unmute. Hey, I love it. That was a lot of information in a pretty short period of time. And I also love that it was not too much so that how you do a party is confusing. You really made it very simple. Is she professional or what, you guys? I mean, that is, I say that to her on our coaching calls so often, is that you are so professional in your lives. I love watching them. You just, and here she is just doing a great training. Always, this is how she looks on her lives. She's just always so professional. So thank you for that. As I was listening to you, I was thinking about a book that Martine Williams sent me. It was a book on network marketing. And he said something that I think all the time. He said, we do these online parties today, but what worked was in-home parties, and we haven't taken what worked, since the beginning of Party Plan into our online parties. And so what you did today was show them how to take that in-home party and take it online. And so one of the things that I see, not one of the things, whenever I see a party format for online parties, it's something like, so maybe you think you want to have a party. And I'm thinking, nope, I haven't done anything to.
Yeah, why would I think that?
And then the next one is, so maybe you're thinking about doing this. I'm like, no, they're not. You haven't told them anything about why they might want to think about doing this. And that's what you did for us today, Shonda, is really show them how important it is that you raise that interest level in booking a party before you ever post an opportunity to book, or before you even play a booking game. A booking game is just a tipping point. It's, they're already kind of thinking about it. So I thought
planting seeds is so important, and that's something that is completely missed in online virtual parties. So Sarah, I see you asked, do you recommend going live with the products? I say if you can, or if you feel comfortable doing the live, yes, absolutely, because video is so much more effective than pictures, but pictures is better than text. So it's like, pick your poison, like pick what you're doing. And, but not everybody's able to go live. Again, if you're a mom at home with a bunch of littles and they're running around and you can't get 5 minutes a piece, maybe you can't, but I say, get in the car and go live. Yeah. Escape.
I also love what you were talking about the visual learners. And so I have a story to share. When I am with my coaching, my golf coach, and she's trying to tell me, okay, so, just swing out with, swing out, you're swinging in. I'm like,
don't understand.
And I'll say, show me what that looks like. I mean, just exactly like, show me what that looks like. And then I'm like, oh, okay, but just the words doesn't do it for me. I need to see it. So love that. The other thing I want to really spotlight is you are the business model. You are your brand. You represent the company and your business. You're the face of your business. And Shonda, I was invited to a party this week from a mutual friend of ours. And so I thought, and she was hosting it for another mutual friend of ours. And I thought, oh, I wonder what she's up to, this consultant. And so I clicked on her page, and it was just one political post after another.
Oh, no.
30 deep, polar opposite side of politics than me. And we are just so passionate about politics today. Our side, right? It's no matter which side you're on, we are so passionate about that. And so I declined, because that was the face of her business. And actually made me angry. So, so what she's talking about is just being really careful about how they see you, what you look like to them, both visually and certainly.
Yeah, it's so interesting. You are the ambassador of your company, and new team members need to understand that everything they do, say, represent, wear, whatever, represents their company. They are an ambassador for it. And it does, you either, bring people in or you offend 50%. So be it political, religious, what have you. So we need to be, we need to be at peace with the world and like loving and all the things. And at least online, the political, that's for private. Those are for private conversations with your family and your friends, right? Yeah. Don't broadcast that.
That's right. I could do that better than her. Did you guys love that? Or did it make you go, what? Do you kind of feel like sometimes you just want to be the best ever? You want them to feel like you're the best consultant they've ever had. And it feels good when they say something like that, but you're 100% right, Shonda. If you're so good, they watch you and say, she's amazing. I could never do that. In fact, you are the story. Yeah. All the time when I'm talking to somebody and they say, oh, but I want to be really good. I don't want them to feel like I don't know what I'm doing. And I'll say, listen, let me tell you a story about my top leader. Mm-hmm. She was my number one recruiter, Shonda Mulcahey. And we're on a coaching call and she's like, I am not recruiting. I don't know what's going on. And I said, well, are you still doing this? Yep. Are you still doing this? Yep. Still doing this? Yep. And we just kind of went round and round. And I don't remember if it was Shonda or it was probably you. But one of us said, I wonder if you're just too good.
It was you. It was you said, you've gotten too smooth at this. So I'm like, she said, dumb it down, sister. So that's when I started using, I was using index cards because that's before we had party cards. And so I was just using blank index cards and I'd stand up there at a party going, and because how duplicatable is that? That's so easy. Anybody can do that and follow what's on those cards. Mm-hmm. So we want our newest people to have that outline, to be able to share an outline like Sherry's going to send you, share that outline because they can use that. And it's important, especially for virtual parties, if you have some sort of a Facebook party template, then make sure that your template is on task with the booking and sponsoring seats before you add new people into that template. It's really important that, and explain to them why you're doing things, because our natural inclination as a new person is to say, well, I don't like that. I'm going to do this. I'm going to change that and what have you, but help them understand that there is a reason for the picture or the words or what have you, or the live. There's reasons for everything, and that your party demo is specifically dialed in to get results. Because again, if we can help our newest people get results from their parties, then they're going to stay in business. They're going to be happy people. They're making money. They have bookings. They're sponsoring new recruits. I mean, all the things, all their cylinders are firing. So make sure that you are on task first.
Love it. Any questions from you guys or any thoughts?
I know I did this really quick and shorter than most, but it's really that simple. It really is.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yes, Sarah.
You mentioned doing a booking demo. What are some of the things that you would include in it? Because I've never heard of that concept, and it's when I used to do home parties, I would stack the host and everything like that. And for the last year, I haven't been in a person's home. So how would you suggest doing that virtually?
Basically, you're going to pretend that you've got a set of hands. What would be really funny is to have like a set of Mickey hands or something that come into the camera as a visual for when you do it live. I'm a big believer in doing it live, but let's say this is the Mickey hands. I'm going to have that sitting somewhere in the camera, and then I'm going to take my product and I'm going to count out, like, this is what you get when you host a $500 party. You get 1, 2, 3, 4, you know, what have you, just stacking your products in the hostess's hands. If you had somebody in your house that could actually put their hands out so you can stack them, that would be great. Or maybe you could make a stick figure, or stack your dog, stack your cat, stack, you know, cats are laying there anyway, so stack your cat. Just do whatever you can. Okay, yeah, Carla, you sell jewelry, you can wear everything, or you can stack the jewelry box, right? So you can find some, you can stack the kitchen counter if you have Tupperware or what have you. So just visually stacking your hostess. And maybe you can have a sign that says, I'm the hostess, I'm the best hostess ever.
Carla is asking about what about just creating an image with what they can earn?
Yeah, you can totally do that too, Carla. Video is better than pictures. Pictures is better than text. So you got to pick your poison. If you really want to get the point across, especially your newest stylist, if your stylist is struggling with getting bookings, then work with her on how to go live, how to stack the hostess live. Or even videotape it and have it as a YouTube video that she can put in there. It just needs to be short, fast, to the point, but people don't know what booking a party looks like unless you show them what booking a party looks like. Yeah.
One thing that I heard today on a coaching call, Shonda, is she was messaging people to book, and she said, it's really easy. It's just a 2-week party and we go live for 30 minutes. And I'm like, oh, they think they got to be involved for 30 minutes. No, I mean, for 14 days, you know, so no wonder you're not getting any yeses. That just sounds like a lot of work. It's like, don't hostess coach before you get the booking. So when you're doing that demo, we're just trying to sell it. That's what we're doing here. You know, then when you do your hostess coaching, that's when you talk about, you know, what their part is in that. But
that's fun and simple. That's where it's at.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Any other questions, guys? It was awesome, Shonda. Really awesome. I loved it.
Well, I hope that my wish for all of you is that you can take this to your newest people and really teach them about the science of a party demo. There is a science to it and getting the results that you want. We don't want to just throw spaghetti against the wall. It just doesn't work.
This was amazing, amazing. I think you covered everything we need to know to have fabulous online parties. Now we're actually starting to get back into people's houses. So
yeah, I know. So do the same thing in person.
Yep. Exactly.
Even better.
All right. Well, you learned from one of the very best today. She's started all just a few years ago that you started all over again?
3 years ago.
3 years ago, and built all the way to the top real quickly. So she knows what she's doing.
Thank you, Mama.
Okay, everybody, thank you so much for being with us today, and we'll see you on Wednesday. Thanks, Shonda.
Bye.